What is up? Welcome back. Today we are going to be putting NBA logos into a tier list. So this is the logo. My goal is not to focus on branding. But let's get into it. So at first, Orlando Magic. I honestly love this logo and I think it's very good. We're gonna put it. I'm in between A or B. I think I'm going to go A because they're one of the better logos that the NBA has. Next is the Dallas Mavericks. I don't know, it's a good logo, but I don't know what a Maverick exactly is. I think it's a horse, and that's what it looks like in the picture. It's a cool logo, but I feel like it's a tier below Magic. I feel like that's how it should be. That's just kind of how it should be, in my opinion. Next up is the Denver Nuggets, another great logo. Now, the way I'm going to do it is the top of the tier is going to be the higher part of the tier, which is just like the higher up, the better. So the Nuggets, I think I'm going to put at the behind the Magic in A. It's a great logo, but I feel the Magic just goes so many other ways. Next, Detroit Pistons. Now, I feel like their branding is good too, but it's a classic logo. Like, it's not bad. It's also not great. I think I'm going to give it C and save room for just the bland logos. Oh no, I think it fits the city. It's just like, it's hard to describe, but it seems like it fits, like the blue around the outside. You got the white font, and then you have the red fill. I think it looks great. I like the logo. It's just obviously not as good as other logos. So we're going to put it here. So next is the New Orleans Pelicans. So I like the NOLA. Like their court is actually fire. Like the NOLA, I think it looks great. Their jerseys are great, but we're not going to focus too much on the jerseys. We're going to try to focus more on the logo. Now, you can definitely tell it's a Pelican, which I like, and it's a Pelican with a basketball, which is even a better feel. So I think we're going to put it in the top of the B because I feel like it's not near as good as the Denver Nuggets and the Orlando Magic. So we're going to put it in the top of that tier. So next is the Brooklyn Nets. Now, their jerseys are decent. They're kind of mid. I don't know. They have some good jerseys, but we're focusing on the logo. The logo kind of bland. I don't really see the direction with the logo. I think it deserves D just because I don't think it's in the tier of Detroit Pistons. But next is the Atlanta Hawks. It's either low C, high D. And I feel like it should be low C, just respectively. It's not a bad logo. I don't know if the rebrand was needed, but I don't think it was an upgrade. I honestly think it was a slight downgrade. Because I would have put it right next to the Pelicans with the old one, but they changed it. I think it's going in the back of C. Next, Indiana Pacers. You see, the P just kind of matches the city somehow. I don't know why. I feel like it's not a bad logo. And it goes really well on stuff. Their jerseys are decent. I mean, they're nothing great, but they are decent. I feel like they're just kind of for the team. I think they match the team. So I think what we're going to do is put them, I'm in between what would be low B or high C. Because there's some real good logos in the NBA. I think we're going to go high C. I think that's a good fit. So next is the Minnesota Timberwolves. I don't know how much I have to talk on this. It's a great logo. It's like really good in my opinion. We're gonna put them in S, our first S tier. Next, New York Knicks. Now, they've had this logo for a while. I believe they did. This is the only one I remember, but I also don't follow the Knicks too hard. I like Jalen Brunson, but that's current. So New York Knicks, they're either high B, low A. I think it just has to be middle. It's gonna go middle B, just over the Mavericks. No, it's gonna go low B on this. Next, Cleveland Cavaliers. I like this logo a lot. I feel it's a really good logo, and I think it's just gonna go right behind the Knicks in that B tier because it's solid, but it's just not the greatest. I like it though. I think it matches a lot of things. Next, we have the Miami Heat. It's a great logo, and I feel like it's gonna go. It's just a hoop, and then you have the ball, flaming fire coming out of it. It's just giving me vibes of LeBron, Bosh, and Wade on that Heat team, and I don't know why I like the logo so much, but I think it's ahead of Minnesota. Y'all are gonna have to stick with me here because y'all are gonna have to say what you think about this list and what you would change because I don't have the greatest opinions on things, but Washington Wizards, pretty straightforward for me. Just below Indiana, just above Detroit. Toronto Raptors, I'm sorry. This is D tier ahead of the Nets, but it's so bland. Next, Golden State Warriors. You see, it's a clean logo. It looks good on jerseys, but I just don't know how much I really like the logo. It just seems quite. I don't even know how to describe it. It's not a bad logo. It's just obviously not my favorite logo. And so I think we're going to have to put it in between the Magic and the Nuggets. And I know I'm going to get roasted on this, but that's personally what I feel. Okay, next we have the Utah Jazz. Now, I so wish, I'll pop it up on the screen here. I so wish they kept that old logo. It was so good. But this new logo, it's honestly not great. Now the wallpapers they have, those, it's almost like I don't know what it is, but it's like the people with the Jazz logo kind of in their hands. I don't know where, I've just seen one, and it was so custom, but it looked great. But the logo itself, honestly, high D, we're going to move it high D. Next, Houston Rockets. You see, I like their old logo, the rocket and stuff, but I don't know, this one just seems really bland, and it's not bad, it's also not great. I feel like it deserves the highest in C. It's not a bad logo. Next is the Kings. I don't think it's a conversation. It's not a bad logo. I actually really like it. It just seems like a good Sacramento type of logo. So we're going to put it right after the Mavericks and just ahead of the Knicks. And then next we have OKC. This is, to me, not a very big conversation. It's going to go in the back of A. Not a bad brand at all. Their jerseys are actually pretty good. That white one with the vertical, the vertical letters on it, it's amazing. Next, Milwaukee Bucks. I'm going to be straightforward with you. This is my favorite logo in the NBA. That's why it's going to be at the absolute top. Portland Trail Blazers. I don't know what this logo is, but it honestly takes me. Like, it's a great logo. It's not a blazer. Whatever a blazer is. What's a trailblazer? Like, is it one of those cars? I don't know. But it is, I feel like it's solid. It's not great. I think we're going to put it somewhere in C tier. But the better question is where. I might just put it just in head, like right in front of Atlanta Hawks. I feel like that's fitting. Next, Clippers. Where do I start? So that new logo they have, I don't like it either. I feel like it's worse than what they have. And what they have isn't even that good. What's a Clipper is the better question. People are going to probably spam in the comments, what's a Laker? But, you know, I'm going to put them in the end of D. I feel like that's where they should be. Charlotte Hornets. Not a bad, I don't know. It's honestly Buzz City that those logos I feel are absolutely fire. But the logo, I feel like it's not bad. It's also not great. So that's why I'm struggling where to put it. Because you can definitely tell it's a Hornet. It's just blue. And I feel like if their colors were like yellow and black, it'd look amazing. But I really don't mind it. It's better than the Bobcats. It was a really needed upgrade in branding. So I feel like it's just behind Cleveland, which is where it should be. Next, Los Angeles Lakers. This has been the same logo for the longest time. They've had the same logo since the 80s. They've changed it over time, but it's been like the exact same. So, I think we are going to put it, it's hard for me, but I think it's going to go in C tier behind Houston. I feel like that's just the best I can do. Next, Spurs. Great logo, great branding. Team, give Victor some time. But they're going to go on the back of S. Next, we have the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, this is like the second best logo in the NBA. That's why it's not hard for me to put it right behind Milwaukee. And that's where it should be. In the second spot in S tier, because this second best logo in the league by far, and it's a really good logo. Now, I like the Vancouver Grizzlies better. That logo is absolutely immaculate. But this other logo is also great. Next, Chicago Bulls. It's classic, and I think it belongs in between Miami Heat and Minnesota Timberwolves. I feel like that's most fitting. And it's been the same since the 90s. It brings back vibes. Next, Philly 76ers. Honestly, this logo is not bad. And realistically, it's right behind the New York Knicks. So, next, Phoenix Suns. What more do I have to say? It's a clear sun. It's a basketball sun. I feel like it could be better. I don't know what else they would do, but obviously I don't know. I don't really like the logo. Team, they're cooking right now, and they might make it to the Western Conference Finals this year, but that's besides the point. And so we are going to put them. I think I'm going to put them right in front of Portland. That seems most fitting. So. Yeah, right in front of Portland. Where did Portland went in the back? We got to move that. I don't know why it's glitching, but great website. Thanks for this. Next, Boston Celtics, last one of all. You see, I don't know where I'm going to put them because this logo such a long time. It's not a bad logo. I personally I don't know. There's something about it I just don't like. And I feel like it belongs somewhere in A tier. And I think it belongs right in front of the Warriors. And that seems like the best spot for it. And I believe that concludes this list. Now comment down below what you want next. I love doing this. This was a fun video to make. But also at the same time, I would like to know what other stuff. You give me hot takes and tell me if you want to put that into a video. I will react to that. And also, tell me what else you want, because I could do some other fun stuff and we can make this channel into something great going forward with basketball. And I feel like it's most fun to make the stuff that you guys like, because then that means that you guys are telling me what to make, the stuff you like, so that we can move forward. The goal is to hit 100 to 150 subscribers by the end of the year, and I think we can do it. But I don't want this to be all about me. I want to make it best for you guys. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for sticking to the end. I hope you enjoyed. And just consider smashing that like button and tapping that subscribe. That helps me a lot, and it tells me that you guys are liking the content. Anyhow, we'll see you next time.